Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first. I have a balanced rack. Do I have a bingo? I have the oid ending. Condial, I think, might be good. No, it's not. Is there definitely no bingo? No dickle. No dickle, yeah. I draw some duplicates and more vowels than I needed, but a play of EAU or AUE might sort the rack out, or UEY. Okay, I do now have a Q play. I have Quate for 15, not a terrible rack leave. I have Yate 25. I might go with Quate actually. And I have the Y for the next move. Hopefully opponent doesn't have the X, but he would struggle to score in two directions anyway. Royalette. That doesn't currently play, I don't think. Does the C assist? I don't think Royalette has an anagram. Opponent doesn't create an opening. Does the T assist? Retotal plus a Y. I have relay here, but that ruins the rack. What about lay? Just looking at well, the Y does play here, which I mentioned earlier. What about year for 34? It's a Z hotspot, but that's been played. Yeah, I'll go with year for 34. Keeps the board tight. Pretty balanced, the rack, but not sure if there's a 7 here. My L plays next to EA. Does the M assist? I have the where component of a word. That doesn't seem to help. Apart from the W and the O, the rack looks pretty bingo-y. Roo. Whale for 30 creates a hotspot there. What about... I didn't contemplate the spot. Oh, not Walt. Whale. That's what I was... 30. I draw the X and the Y, so a taxi from an A. Zax is good, but I can't get the X to score twice. Whale takes an S, so I have taxors and taxor. Do I have a 5-letter play ending in an S? I have Zeist, which is a 4. XYST, which takes an I. This is a fairly hot spot. Yeah, I thought opponent would go there. I can't really get the X to play nicely under the div. I can play my A, but not to good effect. I have trays. I suppose that scores, or Troy is even better. Keep the A. Although, how many O's to come, how many A's? There's loads of O's to come, so I'm not going to keep the O. Troy's for 44. Okay, I draw a B. I have the box component of a word. Box. And I have the ox prefix. By prefix. I was going to say I could play ox here quite nicely for 50, and I think I will. Not a bad rack leave. That's a pretty decent rack, that one. Not many floaters to work with. The T looks pretty handy. Not quite ribstone. Taborins, that works. Yeah. Any better spot? The M. Not quite Mirbanes. O would need to be an E. And the mis prefix doesn't really work. So taborins it is. 483. Okay, my balanced rack run ends, and I'm now swamped in vowels. But that can be remedied with a vowel dump of some sort. Moo for 6, but that gives back plays here. Actually, there are not many heavy tiles that can score well. The M, I guess. M, and then play of mojos, for example. But not overly dangerous. Okay. Is that the play, I wonder? It just scores so poorly, and the rack leave, well, it's not shocking, but it's, mind you, I've got the G for playing across, so I might take the spot out just in case opponent does have a bingo. Yeah, there is merit to this move, but can I get rid of another vowel? Not that I can see. Okay, I draw a H and not seeing a way to get across. To the double, but it would certainly sort the rack out. A play of G. If opponent does take that spot, I do have G here as well for 18. Is there a play onto the N? Not quite heathen. I would need another H for that. Actually, I have heat here for 27, and that might actually be my preferred play. Yeah, I like heat. So heat for 27, or or G for close to 17. Big difference in score, but I guess there's merit here in taking out a hotspot. Not that it represents a great danger anyway. So, yeah, let's see what opponent does. There's also this spot here for 28. That's quite handy as well. Just wondering, opponent could have a similar play here, like AH or EH himself, or even MEH would score quite nicely. Yeah, I wonder, should I take this spot out as a priority? I don't want my opponent to pick up an easy 30 points or 35 points. Yeah. I suppose my opponent might have a bingo here because he's looking 2 blanks to come, and I wonder which lane he's looking at. Maybe an ELO play, or the underlap here, there's 7 tiles. That would be an E something S play. Wow, that would score very well. Close to 100, I'd say. If my opponent can manage to find a fancy underlap. The R and the Y of no use to opponent, unless he can end a word on HY. I suppose there are a few words ending THY, but not many. Okay, opponent scores well there. Now, I guess this lane is also useful for opponent. There are front hooks for Rod and Anna, but I'm going to go with Heat here for 27. Okay, I draw the K for score, which is useful, but on this board I suppose a play of Gak for 21. Nah, I don't like that. I can't seem to get across to the double word square using the K. Actually, I can play my O and B above Mao. Opponent down on time. Obia, but it doesn't quite reach. Ozeki, if the B was a Z, that would be a nice play. What about Boke? Okay, opponent does find a bingo there. I'm just going to play bell and bow here. And I kept my G for the play across the top there, but it hasn't worked out. G I have. Okay, opponent plays there. Maybe I might take that out. My K plays here, so nothing to go above HI apart from K. I could play OK. Opponent plays there. Okay, so I've got a bit of time. Opponent quite low. Just looking at opponent's. Oh, that's opponent's tiles there. Just want to see what best I can do with my K. And can I go out in 2? Let's do sick. Yeah, Devos and sick for 26. Jedi, I suppose I have. Fiod. Do I have a play? IO died through ID. Okay, opponent plays Pug, and I have Joe. Egido I have. That's handy. For 21. And that's the end of the game. So I thank my opponent for a good game. Now let's see what we missed. 471 to 376, and it was me to go first. Nodical was the only bingo. So happy to have spotted that. Caddy for 36. That was opponent's play. That seems fine. Layette, very nice. Getting the Y tripled and the whole word doubled. It did give points back to opponent, and the U not a great single tile to start off your next rack with. Although the Q was floating out there, so maybe not as bad as it would have been otherwise. But I went for rack balance anyway, and I went with Quate. Ms for 46 seems best here. keeping ENSV. Opponent went with Zen for 45. Aleatory. Wow, very nice. I thought there might be an 8 here, but I've seen the word before, but I don't think I would have spotted it. So aleatory for a 4-timer, huge score. And I went with year for 34. Swim for 40, opponent spotted that one. Whale for 30. 12 for 34. At E11, T, Watts, Aru, and 12, very nice. Not a word you see very often played on a Scrabble board, but it comes up time and time again in the analysis. So just a few points less there. Although I prefer 2 consonants and a vowel to 2 vowels and a consonant. But not much in those plays. Although the fact that twal did not give back a hook and whale did is definitely a consideration, because W takes the E as well as a lot of other vowels. So I do take that on board. Vug for 30. And then Troy's for 44, but X-rays for 65. Wow. Again, it's a little bit of a tricky one to kind of formulate in your head. I'm often trying to put vowels next to X's, whether it's an O or an A or an E, and starting words off that way, like X, ox, but you don't think to start the word off just with an X and then a consonant afterwards. Everyday word, but there you go. It's the way our minds work sometimes when we anagram racks. Well, it's the way my mind works. Troy's for 44, not far behind. I do get to keep the X, which I can score with on the next turn. And actually I could have played ox there for 50, but I suppose that's I didn't identify that spot at the time for my X, but now that I look at it, Troy's is a pretty solid move, because you get to play the X next turn as well, quite possibly. Troponin, very nice, through the O. Troponin, an anti-pawn, non-print. Yeah, there were quite a few bingos there through that O. What is it? Okay, non-print, very nice. Okay, Pern was opponent's play. Ox for 50 now did come off quite nicely. It worked out. Cornloft, inflict. So Cornloft was the only bingo through the O, starting up at C3. Nice, Cornloft, not a word I've seen. And then Taborin's Sorbitan. Okay, Sorbitan through the T, but Taborin's best. Law for 18 with a good rack leave was best for opponent, similar idea. And then I was vowel heavy here, so eloge through, nice, OGE, eloge, yeah. That would have given plays back, I guess, down onto the trip, but I just wanted to take out this M lane, because with 2 blanks unseen, that's an easy 80 to 90 point play if he gets the right tile in the right spot. And Norcells for 78. Okay, 11I. So down the bottom here, Norcells, nice, and Ignobler was at 14H across the top. Ignobler, wow. Nice play. And then opponent just getting rid of ON. Heat for 27 seems fine. And then Repletely, wow. Making Oxy, very nice. Repletely, 77. Opponent spotted Pelters, and then nice overlap there. Boke for 29. Yeah, I did contemplate Boke. I think I was thinking of this Boke, B-O-K-E, but yeah, why did I? I was just wanted to take that spot out. Not that it was super hot, but yeah, J play on to the end could have been dangerous. Well, not likely to happen. Anyway, I went with Bow and then Mavie for 44, which is what I was planning to do, something there with my G. And then Key for 37. Oh, of course. Why didn't I play that? That was obviously the best play. I'm surprised I didn't think of that one. I went with Hag, and then Fuji's for 28, Sick for 26. Was Sick best there? No, Dux for 26 at E2. Spelters and Dux. But that might have given my opponent an outplay through an O or something, or an E. So I didn't want to take that risk necessarily. The U didn't look particularly helpful to opponent. So I just played Sick, and at that point, yeah, I was out of reach anyway. So Pug, Egido was best, yeah, for 21. And that was the end of the game. So I hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.